Hi, my name is Macy. I forgot my own fucking name. And I'm almost 21. I turned 21 in like 2 months. But next month is my first anniversary of being professionally diagnosed with autism. And I just wanted to do like a video on how my diagnosis went and everything and like how it helped me. I am non-binary. I'm agender. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know. But um, I am or was assigned female at birth, and that's why my diagnosis was so late. Why I got it when I was 19, I think. As a kid, I was very emotional and sensitive. I was very sensitive to sensory things. And like, I had very strict routines as a kid. I don't remember like any of them, but I just remember that I had them. And I remember like getting so out of sorts whenever someone messed them up or they whenever if they were ever like bothered or anything. I don't remember most of my childhood honestly because, dissociation and stuff. But anyway, but I do remember as a kid I didn't have friends. Like I didn't have my first best friend until I was in 5th grade. And so I would spend recess like walking around on the like around the playground on the little sidewalk just singing to myself, and that's what I would do for 30 minutes every day. And I was kind of happy like that actually. I didn't really want to talk to anyone, but that was because like I didn't connect with anyone. I didn't connect with the other kids, and the other kids just didn't connect with me. And I think I tried to, but I don't remember. I don't remember. I had a lot of emotions as a child, like very intense emotions, and I still do. And I was considered a brat when I was like a toddler and stuff, and as a kid, when things didn't go my way. I mean, it is a mix of being spoiled and also just being autistic, because I had routines and I needed things to be how I needed them to be. I don't really remember any examples or anything, but like I just remember getting in trouble a lot and being sent to my room a lot for having temper tantrums or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't even know. I don't remember what they're called now. Meltdowns for having meltdowns. And I remember as a kid, I had this one pink blanket that was soft. It was like this, but like it was just pink. It was like hot pink, and I went everywhere with that blanket. Like I was obsessed with it. I could not sleep without it. And eventually I kept it for years, such a long time. Eventually it wasn't soft anymore. It was like it had been washed and like spilled things on and everything. It just wasn't soft anymore. And that was just like one of my biggest sensory things that gave me comfort because I loved how it felt and stuff. I didn't actually want to fit in with other kids until like middle school or 5th grade to middle school, yeah. Um because I had always stood out. Well, mostly because I'm half Chinese in a mostly white place, like city, state, all of that. And I was always very intense. I've always been very intense and very passionate. It was 7th grade when I was diagnosed with like, a bunch of mental illnesses and stuff. And I started doing bad things like self harm and stuff, like that. But that's whenever I started really wanting and craving to fit in somewhere. And like I tried so hard for so long to fit in with like the preppy kids or whatever they're called. I don't know. Like the people that everyone likes. And I tried to be that kind of person. I used to care so much about what people thought of me. I used to try so many things to like make people like me, to make everyone like me. And it destroyed me many times. And then 8th grade or seventh or 8th grade, I found out that I'm not straight, that I wasn't straight, that I'm not straight. and that just alienated me more. Most everyone around here is Republican, white, straight, cis, and Christian. So that's and I grew up here too, so like it's been rough. And I am not really any of those things. I'm half white, but that's about it. Oh, they're all allistic too, which means not autistic. Yeah, I used to spend so much time wishing that I was normal or whatever. You know, I mean, I know everyone does that, but like it really messed with me because I knew there was something different with me. I've always known, not wrong, but different, and not like in like a quirky way, like like oh, I'm not like most girls, but like I fucking hate that shit. So eighth grade, I was homebound. No, I was homeschooled because of bullying and stuff. A lot of bullying and shit. So high school was really, really rough for me for a lot of reasons. Mostly because I'm autistic. I it's that simple. My high school experience was awful. Most people, most of my peers and my administrators and teachers were all white, cis, straight, Christian, and or allistic. So, and they didn't care. They didn't care about anyone other than themselves. Or like people like them, like people who thought like them too. And that was very obvious. That's always been very obvious to me because I've never thought like this people, you know? I've always been very empathetic, especially towards animals. And I've always been very outspoken and extremely passionate and intense. I've always been very, very intense. The only reason why I was in public school for high school was show choir because that was my entire fucking life. I loved that shit so much. I love performing. I still do. So as a kid and as a teenager, I was really bullied a lot, like harassed and shit for basically my autistic traits. To put it simply, everyone was super ableist towards me, and I wasn't even diagnosed with ADHD then. That's the thing. Like when I was a sophomore in high school, I was diagnosed by my psychiatrist so that she could treat me with like meds and stuff, but I wasn't tested yet, so I didn't have like the actual diagnosis yet. I had always really cared about what everyone thought about me. Not everyone, but like yeah, everyone. But that slowly it lessened. It lessened over the years as I grew older. And by my senior year, I stopped caring about people who I did not love. And now I don't give a shit. Now I'm completely like fine without people that I don't love. Like you can I'm fine. Like I got bullied a lot and harassed and all that, like threatened and shit in high school. And that did make me grow tough skin. I mean, I wish it hadn't. I wish that I didn't have to go through that. I wish nobody would have to go through that because that's fucking ridiculous. But I tried to get my first ADHD diagnosis when I was a freshman in college. I didn't even last the first semester, honestly, because it was awful. I hated that. So I wanted to get tested for my ADHD so I could get accommodations that I needed, because I really needed them because I used them through high school sometimes and they helped me a lot. And college it was hard as hell. But I dropped out, like not even before the semester ended. So I tried to get my ADHD diagnosis. The professional, I don't even know who she was or like what she was, I guess. I don't know, some kind of doctor, I don't know, I guess. She diagnosed me with major depressive disorder, unidentified anxiety disorder, I think, and borderline personality disorder. I had expressed to her my concerns of being autistic, and she just kind of like blew them off, I guess. And so she tested me for ADHD, and then she was like, I can't tell if you have ADHD or not. Like, you have so much distress. That's the word she used. She was like, you are so fucked up, basically, that I can't even tell that you have ADHD. It just sounds like PPD. And so I was like, great. Thanks so much. So I went about a year later to another doc, a different doc, of course, because I went to get diagnosed, tested for my ADHD first, because I knew that I had it. I knew that I had ADHD, and I've always known that. So went through the testing. It was hell. I don't remember everything, all the tests that it was, because it was like 2 years ago at least. It was a bunch of memorizing and math and shit. I don't fucking remember. I was not good at it, any of it really. Yeah, he diagnosed me with ADHD, which was very relieving. And then a couple months after that, I went back to him, the doctor, for an evaluation for autism. Because for like the previous like 5 years, I think, I was really like researching it. I really believed that I was autistic. And I am. I'm not, I wasn't wrong. So he gave me like a packet for me to fill out, like the evaluation thing for my autism. And then he gave another one to my mom, because he didn't really have one for like an adult. He only had it for like kids, you know, like evaluations for kids and stuff. Oh my god. It was March 23rd, I think. March 23rd, 2020, I think. It's sometimes March 2020. That's all I know. That's all I know. The doctor told me, he's like, yeah, it really seems like you have high functioning autism. And as soon as he said that, I was like, holy shit. Like, literally, I felt so much like weight off my shoulders. I'm not exaggerating or anything. Like, I literally felt so relieved. It's just everything to get professionally diagnosed. Not everything, but to me it was. To me it was. And because I had been self-diagnosing for like a year at least, 2 years beforehand. But he actually listened to me, and I got my diagnosis. It saved my life. It literally did save my life. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating either. Like, after that, my mom finally realized that I wasn't playing, that I was never playing dumb, that I actually did not understand what she said, what she like meant or anything. Like, whenever she would give me like vague instructions, I'd be like, "What do you mean?" And she would just be like, "Don't act stupid." She stopped doing that, thank God, because she realized that I wasn't acting stupid. I genuinely did not get it. And my sister, who's 4 years older than me, me and her have always been really hard headed with each other, I guess. We've always bonked heads. I don't fucking know what it's called. What's it called? Because we're just alike. We've always been very alike and very intense as individuals, and very passionate and everything. I don't really remember how she was before my diagnosis, because I kind of repressed all that. After I got my diagnosis, she was like, "Okay, this makes a lot of sense." And she did research and stuff, and ever since then, she's been literally the best sister, best sibling that I could ask for. And that, I mean, my diagnosis just saved my life. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, and it's made me feel very seen and validated, because like I wasn't understanding things like other people were. I didn't get simple things, and I was very oblivious to everything. And I was very gullible as a kid. I still am. I was very easily manipulated. I still am. And I was very trusting. I still am. But like, growing up autistic but not diagnosed, I learned how to mask my autism very early in life. And I am almost 21 and I still don't really know how to unmask at all. Like completely. I unmask when I'm alone. That's the thing. It's awful. Like there's not really a time when I'm not masking in some way. I also wanted to talk about like my stimming. Um and I'll do a video explaining what stimming is and stuff and like examples and everything. I'll do that some other time. But my stimming, okay, I have different kinds of stimming. Um I I don't really know all of my stimming things, behaviors, whatever. Um, but the one that I know the most is when I happy stim. Like it's when I'm happy. Like and I just can't control um I can't um contain. I can't contain like the happiness, the joy. And so like I'll clap or like I'll just yeah, I'll do that. Or like I'll squeal or make like a little noise, with my voice, I guess. I don't know. And then I have like my nervous stimming. It's kind of with my anxious stimming slash upset stimming. Um, that's when I really need to stim the most, I think. Like whenever I'm upset, I have to find something soft like this, like my blanket, and I have to feel it. It also helps ground me too. And like I get in my head and I start worrying and shit like that. If I don't have anything soft to feel, then I'm like I tap my I like that. I do that and then I play with my spinner ring or my other ring or I mess with my nails like this. I don't even know what this is. I always do that. I do the bouncy leg thing. I rock all the time when I'm standing. I mean, I just rock. I also want to talk about my special interests. Um, my number one special interest for my entire life is Pokemon. My comfort shows is Pokemon Journeys and Pokemon Masters Journeys. I like watch it every day. I've seen it many, many times through, like all the way through, but I still like to watch it every day. And while I watch it, I like to play Pokemon. I like to play Pokemon Go on my phone, maybe with a hacked version. And then I like to play like Pokemon Sword or Shield or Shining Pearl. That's what I was trying to think of what it's called now. Or like a Pokemon game on my 3DS or something like that. I also want to do a video on like I wanted to include tips on in this video on like if anyone else wanted to get a professional diagnosis or anything. But I think I'm gonna have to do that in another video because I have rambled way too much in this one. I need to stop. I need to stop. Okay, okay. So that's it. um, I'll make another video soon. Maybe I guess I don't. I'll just do it because I want to. If nobody watches it, then I don't give a shit. Anyway, bye.